Okay, let's start.
Sorry, Prabhuji. Actually, I'm getting a doubt if the recording is happening or where it is getting recorded. Can
Yeah,
you?
in the local system, local system only it's happening, Prabhuji.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Yes.
Is my screen visible, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so welcome to one and all for this Gita Gyan morning session presented by ISKCON Seshadripuram, Jagannath Temple. So let's start by praying at the lotus feet of Lord Jagannath. Nidachal Nivasaya Nityay Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Namo Namaha. Holy Jagannath Balbhadra Subhadramai ki jai, Sudarshan Chakraraj ki jai. Let's pray to Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshe Tarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So welcome to chapter 12. As we already know that we started chapter 12 yesterday, so we will be discussing about chapter 12 today as well. And today we will be taking the second shloka, second verse. So here Krishna says, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Maya Veshya Manoyo Mam Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Paryopetasate Me Yuktatma Mataha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be the most perfect. So if you see, this statement comes from Krishna as an answer for the question that has been asked yesterday. So yesterday Arjun asks two questions, that out of the two, one is a person who devotes his entire life to worshipping the impersonal Brahman or the personal Brahman, and the other person who dedicates his complete life in devotional service to Krishna. So out of the two, who is the most perfect? So to that question, Krishna answers here saying, a person who fixes his minds on his personal form and not his impersonal form, that person, and see, only there is a very good catch here. He says, those who fix their minds on my personal form. So this part has been taken in a negative direction by many people in today's life. And especially if you go to North Delhi, NCR side, if you request people that Prabhuji or Mataji, you should chant, you should read Bhagavad Gita, you should, devote your life, you should do some seva, then they would say, no, Prabhuji, I do devotion service, but with my heart. I don't have to show off like you. So that is what Krishna says. Those who fix their minds on my personal form. Okay, this is the first criteria. Fix their minds. Okay, okay, I understood that you have kept Krishna in your heart. You devote, you love Krishna, you worship Krishna with your heart. Okay, fine. But what's the second point that Krishna says? And are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith, are considered by me to be most perfect. So if I love my wife, if I love my husband, if I love my boyfriend, if I love my girlfriend, how do I love them? Just by keeping them in my heart? Just by thinking them? No. You have seen in the society, whenever a boyfriend goes to meet his girlfriend, he always takes a red rose early morning, 5 o'clock. He would have never got up in his entire life. But after having a girlfriend, he gets up early in the morning, Brahma Muhurta, to check where he can get a red rose, and he runs for that red rose. And as soon as that girl comes out of her lady's PG, he would present that red rose. So this is dedication, but this dedication is materialistic. But here Krishna talks about transcendental faith and engage in worshipping Krishna. So that is why, and before moving deeping dive, this shloka is very important for us, especially for preaching and for book distribution, because many a times a lot of people would we come across who say that no, this personal form of worshipping is not really true, it's not really genuine. So you can quote this shloka saying that no, see, Krishna himself tells that personal form devotion is the correct form and the correct path to devotion. So it's a very good shloka where we can memorize it. And going forward, if you see, there are a lot of examples that meditating on the personal form of Brahman, that is impersonal Brahman, and devoting your life completely to the worshipping strategy or devotional life of Krishna. Out of these two, we get a lot of examples in our scriptures. The second one, where a person has devoted his complete life or worshipped Krishna with his full heart, with full love, has always won. So for first example, if we take, you have, I am sure every one of us must heard this Leela of Gajendra Moksha. You would see when Gajendra is terribly captured by that crocodile and he has no way to rescue himself. What he does he do a big thing? If you hear, there is a story in Puranas where it is said that Kuber, who is the minister of wealth, he used to worship Lord Shiva, and he had a servant known as Hemamali. And Hemamali's work was, he used to go to Himalayas in the Mansarovar to get lotus flowers every day. And with those lotus flowers, Kuber used to worship Lord Shiva. But here in the case of Gajendra, he doesn't do any specific thing. He just picks up the same old lotus flower which is blooming on the same pond where he is taking a shower. He just picks it up and offers to Lord, and comes running on his Garuda. So that means whatever means we have, we don't have to run here and there like destroying our life, doing big things. We don't have to do big things. We have to devote our life with whatever means we have. So Gajendra picks up the same lotus flower which is there in the pond where he is taking a shower, and the same flower he gives it to Lord Krishna, and Krishna comes. Likewise, if you see another example, Sabri, in Ramayana, example of Sabri comes. She doesn't do any big deal. She doesn't do any tapasya. She just follows the instructions of his spiritual master. Spiritual master said, you stay here and just wait. Lord Ram would come to your house. You don't have to go anywhere. So she just follows the instructions. And that is what this great statement, this phrase, with transcendental faith, not with material faith, not with 1 or 2 days of faith, and not with motivated faith, because sometimes we get motivated and the other day and the next day we get demotivated. With transcendental faith, and that is what Sabri had, that faith on the instructions of his spiritual master, that Lord Ram will come. And what she used to do, she used to just barely collect some flowers, jungly flowers, whatever is available in the jungle, or some jungly fruits, or the bears that has been told. So she used to just collect and keep it, and keep her home clean, neat and tidy, that my Lord Ram would come. And she used to say, today he will come, today he will come. This is known as transcendental faith, where the faith never fades away. Faith is always strong and concrete. You see Prahlad Maharaj, what he did? He didn't do anything big. You can say there are a lot of troubles that came in his life. Troubles came, but did he do anything specific? He just prayed. That is why he is the Acharya of Smaranam. That he just remembered God with whatever he had. He didn't add anything else, right? When he got an opportunity to play that game also, he denoted to Lord Krishna. With his all friends, he just chanted Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that means whatever we have, if we give that to Krishna, that is enough for our lives. You see gopis, where they big rishis, where they, where they giving classes to anyone like Bhagavad Gita Gyan classes, Bhagavatam classes, anything? No, they were not, they didn't know anything, but they knew only one thing, which was sufficient enough to be called as Acharyas of Bhakti by Narad Muni. Because their heart was completely denoted to Krishna, saying that we belong to Krishna and Krishna belongs to us. So this faith, strong faith, if we have, we can also go to Bhagwad Dham without doing anything. But we are doing so much just to get that Krishna prem. That's it. And if you read Bhagavatam in chapter 11, you will see when Krishna leaves Hastinapur and goes Dwarika, on the way, all the ladies of Kuruvansh praises Krishna like anything. So in those verses, Prabhupada writes in the purport very nicely. So he says that these statements that are being spoken by the ladies of Kuruvansh are the topmost, are the better than the hymns that are present in Vedas as well. Why? Because the ultimate conclusion of Vedas is Krishna only. That we have to love Krishna. So that we have to understand Krishna. This is the conclusion. So that conclusion, those ladies have already captured it. So that means the statements spoken by them are the foremost. For example, so a question to all the participants. So among us, is there anyone who has not ever gone to a vegetable market to purchase vegetable? Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Mataji, is there anyone who has never gone to a vegetable market for purchasing vegetable?
No, Prabhuji.
So that means everyone has gone, right? So when, for example, when we are in the vegetable market, do we all anytime feel that, okay, this vegetable I should prepare and purchase, and with this vegetable I will prepare a good dish for Krishna and I'll offer it to Krishna? Do we ever feel like that? Okay, this, I have come to a cloth store. This color, if I purchase this cloth, the color of this cloth is very good, which can impress Krishna. So do we feel like this in every sphere of our life? But this is what exactly is required. Whatever we do, even when we breathe, do we feel that we need to breathe more so that we can preach more and impress and follow the instructions of Guru and Gaurang? So if we do this 24/7, and if we fix our mind without any speculative mind, without involving any speculative mind, then we'll see it's not far when Krishna, and in fact in this chapter itself, it is said that that day would not be far when Krishna would take us back to back to Godhead. So that is what we want, that we give our life, we spend our 24/7, the time in such a way that every second of our life, because as we said, this human body is very rare, so we should spend our entire life, entire day, entire night to serve Krishna. And if this way we do, you will see, without going to jungle, without going to tapasya, without doing here and there, it will be very easy. And as Uddhav says in chapter 11, canto 11, that a person who eats what Krishna has eaten, who wears what Krishna has wore, and a person who just follows Krishna, means he says who has spends his life behind Krishna. For him, defeating Maya is like just crossing the the small ditch that is created by the hoofs of cows, and that much easy it would be for a person who is following Krishna and his teachings. Because defeating Maya is not a small thing, because Krishna himself says mam Maya durattaya, right? Krishna's Maya power is very strong. But if we just spend our life behind Krishna and not behind Dhyan Yoga, Gyan Yoga, and all those yogas, because if you see in society, we have Brahma Jyoti also, which only tells to concentrate your mind on your LED or your tube light or any sort of light which is coming out, but they don't know that light is coming out of Krishna. So instead of going here and there are many people I know who follows ISKCON also, who will follow ABC organization also, XYZ organization also. So we should fix our mind. That is what Krishna says, transcendental faith. We should not be secular, we should be Hindu, we should be Sanatani. So we should follow only Krishna and not also Krishna. So this is where we are getting defeated in our life. We do also Krishna, but Krishna in Bhagavad Gita tells only Krishna. So we have to keep this in mind and pray to Krishna and Guru that we should get so much strength that we can serve Krishna with full faith and surrender. Okay, Prabhuji Mataji, Hare Krishna. So with this, we can conclude